You ain't black.
And you ain't black.
So, George Floyd is back in the daggone news, and you know if you don't agree with the news narrative, then you ain't daggone black. Well, I try to tell you. Yes, indeed.
We're gonna get deleted off this topic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wait, I don't even think we should even cover this, but we got to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Grand opening, grand closing.
It's so much to discuss. I mean, the trial is going on right now. People are testifying. Videos are being released, and people are starting to get more of a perspective with the narrative, right? Mm-hmm. But some people still think this man is a hero.
They do. They do. They're canonizing this man. They're putting him on a pedestal. They're painting murals of him. They're saying that he's, this is someone I aspire to be. Oh, you mean a career criminal, huh?
Yeah, I've said this, that something about the hood when someone dies, and it's usually a criminal, you put them on a t-shirt. They always make t-shirts. It makes it look so cute, R.I.P. But we don't put names or pictures of the shirts and these kids that are constantly being killed in the hood that are on black. Come on. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a very good point.
Yeah, and I say it all the time. I say the reason why we don't do it is because that's too many names to put on a shirt. You see what I'm saying? If you actually down to the numbers of it, this one person, which God forbid he passed away. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, people aren't ruthless of saying, I hate this person or I don't like this person, but it's on circumstances. And why are we focusing on this guy, like Black Lives Matter, always about black on white police officers, right? But not the black on black kids that get killed in Chicago on the daily. And we don't have no shirts made of them. No, they really don't.
Yeah. I'm so sick of the narratives, when it comes to, career criminals, people who have done nothing beneficial for the black community, people who have been destroying the black community, hurting the black community, and they put them up on a pedestal and they just really prop them up, and it's really nefarious to me because it's like you're making it cool to be a criminal. Yeah. You're making that to be something that's a good thing, a blessing, something of that sort.
And one interesting thing that I wanted to add that really got me during the trial, right? The guy, I think he's 17 years old, the young worker who worked in the store and actually accepted the $20 bill. You can see the guilt in this kid. He actually said that he deleted the video because he didn't want to just bear holding that in of watching it and people asking him about it over and over again. But he felt guilty in a way because he said that maybe this could have been avoided if I just never accepted the counterfeit bill. But the fact that he accepted the counterfeit bill, he feels
guilty.
Well, you can see that maybe that is tearing him up. That
and the only reason it's tearing him up is because
body language. Look at his body language.
Yeah, you can't believe in the false premise that you're a bad person for reporting a crime.
Exactly.
Thank you.
He was doing his job by trying to go out there and say this is fake.
Regardless of if he was doing the job or not, you can understand where he comes from. Is that this one incident where I did one thing, and I made one decision caused national attention. I can see where you're coming.
It's like a butterfly effect.
This is what Ronald Reagan meant when he told the professors of Berkeley that you, the adults in the room, should have known better. Because this kid should feel protected by a system that understands that he was doing his job as a member of society reporting a counterfeit bill. And by the way, like, I don't like how this is now just turned into a stupid culture war.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Literally. Because George Floyd should be a test case in how drug addiction has absolutely completely destroyed some of these communities and some of these people's opportunities and what it does to a grown, able-bodied man. George Floyd is a good-looking guy.
How it literally ravages the brain. It robs you of your ambition. It robs you of your integrity. You almost literally turn into the dark side. You join the dark side when drugs take a hold of you. You do things that are demonic.
Like and so instead of us coming together as a society... Instead of us coming together as a society and realizing this is a tragedy and a case study in what drug addiction does, it now becomes this culture war where it's like, if you don't canonize this guy, no, we don't canonize criminals. I don't put Che Guevara on a t-shirt, okay? But at the same token, I don't want to vilify the guy as the other. No, that's my brother. That's like George Floyd is no different than me, except for he probably got a worse ball in the lottery.
You know what? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell anybody who to idolize. If you want to idolize that man, you can do that. But don't bring it over here because I'm not going to do it.
Here's my problem with this whole situation. Now, the kid did his job in reporting this crime. I've always said this. When it comes to the criminal committing a crime, why is it that we're getting mad at the police? Why is it that we're getting mad at the kid? Why can't we put the blame where it lies? At the hands and at the feet of the criminal who decided to commit this daggone crime. Now, there's that old school saying, if you commit the crime, then be prepared to do the time. It's that simple. And I'm so sick of people trying to prop this guy up who made the decision to be a career criminal. Right? It's not like this is his first offense. This guy has been constantly doing things on a consistent basis to upend the law.
We also have to be clear, though, too, that doing the time does not mean dying in this situation.
True.
Doing the time meant, facing the consequences of your actions.
But
right.
But in this situation, like, you look at the different shootings, Rayshard Brooks, all these other different people. When you when you escalate the situation, especially when you're going up against positions of authority, the police, the judicial system, things of that nature. If you decide to escalate the situation, you are accepting the responsibility of what may happen as a result of you escalating the situation.
The point was made that, just at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he did or did not do. It's the fact that he died at the hands of the cops. And then the argument, again, that we keep bringing up, and again, it's not left or right, but it's more about facts and information, is that I kept screaming over and over again that, it looks bad and this is a time for us to unify. When that video came out, I think everybody on the left and right both agreed that they didn't like what they saw.
See,
so that was a moment. That was a moment where we can all unify.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, sorry, you were talking, Kick. I apologize. I just got a really good idea all of a sudden.
I just want to end it off by saying that our argument is that the coroner's report. The coroner's report shows that he was overdosing on fentanyl. And then now, currently, we have, I think it was his sister or his girlfriend confirmed that they picked up narcotics that same day. So, she's confirming the same thing that the coroner's report's confirming. And the coroner's report's confirming what she testified about.
And check this out really fast, just as a contrast, because I've always wondered, where were the quote unquote rioters and the BLM and the law changes for Sandra Bland, right? Now, Sandra Bland actually wasn't a career criminal. She was an educated person. She was actually down there to go work for her alma mater school. And then she ends up being killed at the hands of police.
Well, then also, if you want to start, sorry. Dude, I am, where's
the outrage?
Like, I have not chosen good times to interject.
No, but I'm just saying, do you see the contrast? Whereas before with the Sandra Bland, for several reasons, the media couldn't politicize it. They just put it under the suicide case.
You got it.
But everybody
and there's
knows
times
it wasn't.
where I think, I don't want to say politicize it, but where we start looking at how politics affects this situation is actually important, because I think if drugs, like George Floyd, should be a case study in how a country can come together to finally rid ourselves, at least a little bit, of the scourge of heroin and fentanyl overdosing that's happening.
But I can guarantee you, if George Floyd happened in 2010, 2011, 2008, it would not have gotten the same response or attention.
I'll tell you right now.
People wouldn't have rioted.
Well, either way.
Obama would have probably just given one speech and then we would have forgot about it.
Yeah, well, also, you got to think of it this way, is that the reason why that happened is because it was a political season.
Exactly.
And
that was my point.
Everybody was locked up in the houses.
I want to analyze the
and
politics
that Donald Trump was in office.
This is why I want to analyze this, because I'm thinking, okay, if as a society we're going to rally behind George Floyd, well, who's created a system in which fentanyl can run so rampant on the streets?
I see where you're going.
I actually looked up and just did in real time my two sources to make sure I got this right. But do you know who's in charge of George Floyd's district? Do you know in whose backyard this happened? Nobody's talking about this.
That's
Ilhan Omar's district.
Wow. Minneapolis.
Welcome to Minnesota's 5th congressional district, who is currently run by Representative Ilhan Abduli Omar.
That's a great point.
All right. Yeah. Wow. Not a single media outlet has said, Ilhan Omar, why do you run a system so badly?
How did she get reelected? Well, we know how.
Yeah.
Hidden ballots. Trump fool. I mean, come on.
So that's a good point.
It just doesn't stop.
Yeah, that was a good point.
Go ahead, because I think that's a really good point.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you why.
Break bread.
This is. it happens because we all know why. The mainstream media has decided to jump in bed with 50 years ago the Democrat Party. It wasn't until Donald Trump broke the media that now anybody realizes it's slightly tilted.
Yeah.
But think about it. We have been talking about George Floyd for 6 months now, and nobody realizes that happened in Ilhan Omar's backyard.
Right?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And then she was the one that was really in the streets going, fueling it. She was fueling it, going in the streets.
Fanning the flames.
Fanning the flames. And I mean, isn't she the one that badmouths America all day? And now she's dividing America. It seems like, and she's from a different country of America, and she does talk about, capitalism and negative
but so was our governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, if you have American values like so many of these Cuban immigrants do that come to our country, and they love America because they escaped communism, I don't care if you're from another country.
Right.
Because America is a set of ideas and principles.
But Ilhan Omar doesn't seem to love America.
Not at all.
Yeah, she hates those principles.
And my point is that now that you bring this up, that it's in her district, think about it this way, is that she's bad-mouthing America. She's not from America. It happened in her district, and she's feeling the flames of it. This is one big coincidence.
Well, she's tied up in fraud. Her entire election is tied up in fraud too. Since she married her legal brother, she married him legally just to get him into the country.
And the money that
whatever happened to that
investment. End up all that money that she gave to her brother-in-law or something like that
for the campaigh.
Yeah, something like
that.
Right,
exactly.
And I'm old enough to remember ad nauseum bumper stickers saying Bush lied, people died. Where are all the bumper stickers that say Ilhan Omar, your district let George Floyd die?
Boom.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like, where are those?
Mic drop.
But we'll never see that.
We'll never see it.
The mainstream media is full of ad nauseum ads of everything. Right?
You ain't black.
And you ain't black.